So hello guys, welcome back to another video, and we're here at the Networking Academy to answer the chapter 10 activities. And the chapter 10 is entitled the application layer, which is the last part of the OSI layer, OSI model. So let's find the first activity. So at the section 10.1 or the application layer protocols, we have the first activity, and it is the application presentation, protocols and standards. So here nine we have nine from the protocols and standards in the application and presentation layer. And here we have the OSI model, the application layer, and the presentation layer. And the TCP/IP model has the application, which is the whole list of the protocols and standards from the OSI model and the presentation. So the application layer is the main interface where the data is transmitted, or the data is shown and sent or received from the source to destination. So we're going to input the needed protocols and standards here. And the presentation layer, it uses it uses the it is its purpose is to format the data, and for the application to be used, and it is used to determine the standards for the file formats like the JPEG, MPEG, JF, and PNG. So these two is related to one another. Of course, as the OSI model has has seven parts, which is from the physical layer up to the application layer. So we have here the JF, POP, IMAP, TFTP, JPEG, MPEG, DNS, DHCP, and HTTP. So for the application, we have here, we're going to answer that first. So I have this post post office protocol. We have internet message access protocol. We also have the trivial file transfer protocol. Of course, the JPEG, MPEG, and JF is not part of it because they are file formats, and it must be here the presentation. So we have DNS, domain name service, and here DHCP, we have dynamic host configuration protocol, and we have HTTP, which is the hypertext transfer protocol. So they are all protocols which is part of the application layer. And for the presentation layer, what we have left is the GIF, or the graphics interface format, and we have JPEG, or the Joint Photographic Experts Group, and we have here the Motion Picture Experts Group. So that is part of the presentation layer, as they are file formats which the presentation needs. to pass on to the application layer as media. So in this TCP/IP model, we're just gonna mix them up. So again, POP, GIF, TFTP, JPEG, MPEG, DNS, DHCP, and HTTP. So let's check if we've done it correctly and we've done it correctly. So here we have the idea of what the application layer and the presentation have on their behalf, on each of their behalf. So always remember that the application layer contains the application protocols, because in the presentation has the file formats, and the whole TCP or IP model has each of the file formats and the protocols. So let's search for the other one. So there's nothing much here. At chapter 10 we only have two sections to take focus on, because the section 10.3 has only the summary of the application layer. So we're going to search for the so so in section 10.2 we have the activity. So in section 10.2 we have well-known application layer protocols and services, and we have the only the ns lookup command. So the ns lookup command is responsible for querying servers from the DNS. And as you can see here, the first figure, so we're at the command prompt, and it shows the version of the PC, and the user logs in, and from the disk C written documents and settings, the user has typed in ns lookup command, which shows the DNS server active. Also, if you write a address here like the www.cisco.com, it shows the server available for it. So we have different servers. Um, so we have two addresses here. So we have dnssj.cisco.com. Okay, so if you write the cisco.com, the DNS first will appear, which is the default server here. DNS sj.cisco.com, and the address 171.70.168.183. And we see here the www.cisco.com, so it gets listed here. The It means that the address is active, and the user writes cisco.net, aka.net, shows the DNS server, and writes non-authoritative answer to cisco.net, aka.net. So mainly this nslog command is used for converting the name and to create a numeric address for the server. So we're gonna use this command prompt or the syntax checker here. So we have DNS CLI commands in Windows and Linux. So we have two operating softwares here, the Windows and the Linux. So that's both are different. They're different from one another because Windows is an I think they are both. Yes, they are both. I think they are both open source. So they have different ways of inputting the commands here. So from the Windows command prompt, enter the nslookup command to begin a manual query of the name server. So we need to type in the nslookup to query the name of server. So it will show up the server. So we have default server unknown. This is how to list name and IP address of the DNS server configured on the client. So this is the DNS server. Now the DNS server can be manually configured and dynamically learned through DHCP. So with the DHCP, you can manually create your own DNS server, or you can automatically be assigned with the. So you are now in the NS lookup mode. Enter the domain name www.cisco.com. www. Oh no, I'm not typing. So we're gonna type that. So so this is the addresses available for the www.cisco.com, and we have the server e144.dscp.aka.mai.edge.net, and we have here four. We have four addresses here, and the aliases shows the different names of the addresses available for the www.cisco.com. The output list of www.cisco.com related IP addresses that the server E144 currently has in its database. So this data right here, the addresses and the aliases, is in a single database, which is the E144 server. So notice that the IPv6 address is also listed. In addition, various aliases are shown that will resolve to www.cisco.com. Enter the exit command to leave, and just look up the Windows command line. So we have just shown there the different types of addresses from the www.cisco.com. So we're gonna exit that. Type exit. You can directly query the DNS server simply by adding domain name to the nslookup command. So if you're going to add a domain name to the DNS server, so you need to type in here the nslookup command with the domain name that you want to store. So we have here www.google.com. Oh, so we typed in nslookup www.google.com. So we have the server unknown address 10.10.10.10.1. So non-authoritative answer. So here you have input the domain name and it shows the addresses available. So you are now working in the Linux command prompt. The nslookup command is the same. So this Linux command prompt is the other operating software different from Windows. So it says here the nslookup command is the same, so we're still gonna use that. So enter the nslookup command to the manual query. So nslookup to begin the manual query. So here we have the DNS server here and www.cisco.com. Okay, so the difference here from the Linux and the Windows, I think, is is that when you input the lookup and search for the domain name, it will show the other name of the addresses. Um, so this added the canonical name or the other names for the domain. But still, the E144 the E144 address was used. So I'm gonna go exit to leave the NS lookup. So as in Windows, you can directly query the by simply adding the domain NS lookup command. Okay, so we're just gonna do that again. So as you can see, we have the authoritative answer. And we have the names and addresses here. We have same names but has different addresses. So you successfully use the nslookup command to verify the status of domain name. So we just use the nslookup command to check if the domain names that we have searched is verified in the DNS server. And so this one is helpful if you are going to manually insert or store domain names to servers. So I think that's it for the chapter 10 activities, and we have nothing left but only the two activities. So that's it for my chapter 10 video, and stay tuned for the chapter 11. And thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.